Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel, Solis Girl. It's me, Promethea, again. This video is kind of a rant actually, because I recently found out about something that happened, it was actually 2 or 3 weeks ago, that the Teatro Solis Theatre Hall, which is basically the biggest theater hall in the city of Montevideo and also in the country, opened an inclusive restroom. Now, Uruguay is no stranger to bathroom issues, which are so big right now in the US. This country is no stranger to that. Of course, there are people that don't want us to go to the right restroom. They don't want trans women to go into the women's facilities, and of course they don't want trans men to go into the men's restroom, at least non-passing ones. But this is something that is being done by the city government, and which is the same party as the country's government, and it's supposed to be a liberal party. And they have done this inclusive restroom, which is supposed to be of free access to men, women, and trans people. Yes, that is the way they have worded it on their website. Men, women, and trans people. It's supposed to be a genderless restroom, and that is, according to them, the solution. The first issue with this is just the sign outside, this drawing of this creature with half a skirt and half a pant. Like, what is that supposed to be? Is that supposed to be a trans person? Is that how they view us? How they see us? I don't dress like that. Nobody I know dresses like that. I don't know what that's supposed to represent, but I'm not half man, half woman. Or woman. And yes, of course, there are other gender identities that are not necessarily binary, but they are supposed to represent trans people by that. And then there is the language itself, the fact that they are saying men, women, and trans people like a third different category, for not included on the first two. It reminds me of a piece of news in an Argentine news channel a few years ago that covered an accident saying that 4 people and 2 Bolivians died. And this is basically the same. They are excluding us from the categories of women and men. They are not counting us as women and men. And by doing that, they are validating the idea that trans women are not women and that men are not men. And by making this a genderless restroom, as if it was the only solution, it reinforces that. Because it says that trans women can only be in the same restroom as women, when men can be in there too, because trans women are really men. And the same goes for trans men. So it is validating and reinforcing this idea of not recognizing our gender identity, of not validating our identity and our rights, which, by the way, are covered by the law. There is a law in this country, it's the anti-discrimination law, that includes gender identity. And it specifically mentions not just physical harm, but also moral discrimination and proper treatment of the person. And, that really includes something as simple as letting us go to the right restroom, letting us be in the right restroom. But yet they are not doing that. They are making this one inclusive restroom, and it's also for people with physical disabilities. And I have a lot of problems with all of this. I mean, it's on the basement of a 4-story building. So if we can only afford the cheapest ticket, which is on the 4th story, we have to go all the way down to the basement when we need to use a restroom, because if that is the inclusive restroom, it means that the other restrooms are exclusive. If we can use that one, it means that we cannot use the other one. So we have to walk down 4 flights of stairs, and I believe that they do have accessible restrooms on the other floors. I hope they do. But we have to go all the way down. And I mean, it's really not difficult to bring this to every restroom if it was to make all of them inclusive, or at least inclusive of trans people of the appropriate gender. Like, I understand if you don't have as many restrooms adapted for people with physical disabilities. I kind of understand it, actually, not really. Because, well, you need to make an investment, you need to adapt the restroom, but really, the city does have enough funds to make all of the restrooms accessible to people with physical disabilities. And then to make it accessible to trans people, you don't really need to invest anything. All you need to do is say, yeah, it's okay, go use that restroom. I mean, it's really not difficult, it's not expensive, and then they choose to hide us in the basement. Because of course nobody else is going to use that restroom in the basement. Only trans people, because we have no other choice. So we are being severely discriminated by the city itself. If that is done by the city, what do you expect from privates, from small business owners who will claim that they cannot afford to build a third restroom? So, I don't know, I just hope that this reaches someone out there, or at least it can bring awareness of what this supposedly marvelous government that we have, that's still actually like in the 19th century, is doing. Because it's really not all that marvelous, it's really not that progressive, not all that liberal as the international media portrays it to be. But, well, thank you for watching. Please comment. I want to hear your thoughts about this issue, so please share your thoughts and your experiences with me in the comments. And if you like the video, hit like. And please subscribe to my channel also, so that you can get my next videos, which I'm going to be uploading weekly from now on. Well, thank you very much. Bye bye.